welcome to another round of Sports Views. Tonight I'm reviewing Seattle Sounders FC 0, Nashville SC 1. Good game, tight game, but a very enjoyable game tonight. Halftime it was 0-0, a very tight first half, both teams trying to figure each other out. Seattle had their moments, Nashville had their moments. I think Nashville had the momentum late on, but still tied. Then in the 80th minute, Anibal Godoy scores the goal. Ball crossed in by Randall Leal. Goes all the way through the box to the far post. Fry wasn't there. Anibal Godoy could easily tap it in, past Fry, and gets it passed into the goal to make it 1-0 for Nashville SC in the 80th minute. That's the way the game would end. Nashville holds on, still goes forward. Could have scored a second, but had the chance, but never did. And the stats are as follows: 10 shots to 10, 2 shots on goal to 4, 58% possession to 42% possession, 547 passes to 410 passes, 79% pass accuracy to 77% pass accuracy, 13 fouls to 11, 2 yellow cards to 0, no red cards on either side, and 8 corners to 1. Before I get into what I think about this game, I would just like to say, hit that join button or the second link in my description to become a YouTube member would be much appreciated. $1.99 or $4.99 a month. Anything's appreciated as well. Subscribe, comment, hit that like button. Put this in playlist. Hit that big red bell notification once you subscribed, and send super chats on the live streams. Any support is much appreciated. Would love to see it. But with that being said, let's get into what I think about this match. With this being said, I think the match was a very tight match. I think both teams were evenly matched. I think both teams tried to figure each other out. This was not going to be a run over for either team. Seattle was not going to beat this team 3-0, and Nashville wasn't either. But Seattle were not going to take the momentum from that Motagua game on the midweek Thursday and just say, we're going to do this to you too. No, Nashville's better than that. Motagua's a banner club, first of all. Second of all, you look at Nashville and they're more defensive. They'll find ways to grind results out. And to go on the road on opening weekend, the last match of opening weekend for Nashville SC in Seattle to play the last match of the weekend, to go on the road for Nashville to get these 3 points was a very nice moment for them. They found a way to grind out this result for the win, not just a draw. They got a late goal, looked like it was going to head 0-0, but Nashville had their momentum, they had their moments, they had the better offense in this game, and they figured out a way to win. And that's Nashville for you. They'll figure out a way to get points out of a game that maybe they're not favored in, but they sure as hell don't care about that. Nashville do not care about if they're favored or not. If they're the underdog or the favorite, they do not care. They do not care. They will play their game, and I think people need to learn this at this point. This is the 3rd season. They've went over to the Western Conference due to Charlotte FC. And they're still playing the way they did and getting results. Now, I know it's game 1. I know it's early. But Nashville, I thought they'd finish second in the West because they're this type of team. I don't care if the West is a harder conference per se. I don't. Nashville can handle almost anybody in this conference and in this league. If they could beat Seattle in Seattle, I don't think they'll have many problems. I really don't. Nashville were honestly the better team tonight. It was very close. It was very tight. It wasn't a dominant game. But Nashville had the game plan. They had the better game plan, the better performances, and they figured out how to win this game. And they did. Gary Smith is a better manager than Brian Schmetzer. And I'm not going to say that just because the Sounders beat Motagua 5-0 at home that they're not finished. They're closer to finished than they are great. Honestly, this is not the Seattle, just like the Motagua first leg, that I normally see. They are at least at best Jekyll and Hyde this season. They're not consistent. But they're playing a team that was actually on their level, on their playing field, and they got beat. And they were beaten as the worst team in the game, the second best team in the game. Nashville were the better team. So what do you tell me when Lewellen may not be so great in Liga MX, But Angel Mena's back, and they probably will start getting their form back. Seattle will probably lose to Lewellen. They already beat them once. Seattle lost to Lewellen once in the League's Cup final. I don't know if revenge really matters per se. I think Lewellen's going to get it done over 2 legs because they're probably better than Seattle right now. When Seattle actually has to play people on their level or higher, they crumble like a cheap suit. They are at least at best inconsistent, if not finished. I told you. And I don't care that Rui Diaz was hurt. They still got Rusnak, they still got Freddie Montero, they still got Ladero, they still got João Paulo, they still got Jordan Morris. They still have an embarrassment of riches even without Raul Rui Diaz. He does not. If you have that embarrassment of riches and still think, oh, but Raul Rui Diaz is the one who we really need, do you really need that embarrassment of riches, or are you just trying to act like you're a super club? Are you compensating for something? Like somebody with a giant Hummer? Are you compensating for something? Because I wonder if you are. But I'm just saying, if Rui Diaz is the one who's needed the most, do you really need that embarrassment of riches you have, Seattle? Or are you just trying to compensate? Or act like you're a super club? It's really a question, because honestly, I don't think you're that super club. Schmetzer, it's run thin. He's not a hard ass to his players. He's a good guy, and he makes those good speeches, and he's a nice coach, and he knows football. But the players, they're tired. They've had so much conquering they've had to do, and they can't do it no more. Real Salt Lake, they sucked. Motagua first leg, they sucked. Second leg against Motagua, they somehow just blow the doors off them, but Motagua, once they're close to doing something good, they blow it because they're a banner club, and then they lose to Nashville at home on opening day with their best team besides Rui Diaz, but still without embarrassment of riches, and they can't get anything done. Nashville were the better team. And you know how Nashville are. I mean, Brian Schmetzer, I'm sure as hell, is a guy who is addicted to watching film and addicted to watching situations to be like, this is what we could do better. This is how we beat this team. I think he's very meticulous as a manager. I really am. Or I really think so. About Brian Schmetzer. So he should have been able to beat Nashville and play their game. He didn't. He didn't. And that team did not play their game against Nashville. This is not the Sounders of old. This is not the Sounders we're all scared of. It's like, oh, the Sounders are going to be great. They're going to win the Shield. Oh, they beat Motagua 5-0. They're back. Bullshit, they're not. They're not. They're not back. They're not back. This performance was what I thought Seattle would be this year. They are finished, if not Jekyll and Hyde. They are Jekyll and Hyde, if not finished. Seriously, they are inconsistent as all hell. But then again, they suck at the early part of the season anyway, so let's go back to that in July and see how that turns out. I still think Lewellen beats them, though, but Nashville were the better team, by far. They knew what they were doing. They passed the ball well, they pressed well, they defended well, they played their game, defended until they had a chance on the counter, and figured it out. That's Nashville football for you, and they did it. Simple as. Man of the match for me, I'm going to say Randall Leal for that assist. Ran well, pressed well, was on the ball well, made good passes, and then made that assist. Honey Mukhtar didn't really show up as well tonight, but Randall Leal picked up some of the slack, and I think he was man of the match for me. So with that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Hit that join button or that second link in my description to become a YouTube member. $1.99 a month or $4.99 a month. As well as comment. Hit that like button. Hit that red bell once you subscribe to the channel. Put super chats in the live streams. Put this in playlists. Share some friends and family. All that great stuff. Next week, I have on Wednesday an MLS 2022 MLS Kits live stream countdown that will be posted to RSR, so only on YouTube. Hopefully you check that out. It'll be a good night. Be about 45 minutes to an hour. Be over on the computer, so it's going to look like my older streams, but you'll see me counting down. Made a PowerPoint presentation for the countdown. It's going to be nice. I think you'll like it. Then on Saturday, I'll be doing a live watch-along in RSR for Toronto FC versus New York Red Bulls. And on Sunday, I'll be doing a live watch-along for Portland Timbers versus LAFC. Going to be good matches and RSR for that match. But we'll have a little bit less busy of a week. Maybe an unboxing video if I get my Toronto jersey in. Maybe I'll do a song cover this week too. Who knows? But we'll see what we do this week. But it's not going to be as busy and as crazy. The week after next is going to start being crazy again. So I'll see you again probably on Wednesday. Could be earlier, but at least on Wednesday. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later. What a week. What a first 2 weeks of the season for MLS. When it comes to the CONCACAF Champions League and MLS is back. MLS opening weekend. What a 2 weeks. Had some fun. Get to rest a little bit, but still are in it. And then we go crazy again. So for about a month, maybe 2, honestly. But basically 2 straight months of crazy. But with that being said, see you again. I'm Ryan. I'm out. Peace.